So I thought it was about time I started making countdowns about video game characters. Well, how about that? Ain't that swell? Anyways, if you couldn't already tell, this countdown is going to be about the female characters in gaming. But on a serious note, this will not be about looks, appearances, and fan service. I'm not that shallow, I don't roll that way. This will be about their character, any character development, how likable they were, their story, and more stuff they have that I like about them. I really made this because the female characters don't get that much attention, and when they do, it's usually about... yeah. Oh, and one last disclaimer. There may be some spoilers. Who am I kidding? There will be tons of spoilers on this list about the game or series the lady's in. But I'll warn you before the big spoilers come out. But enough of my babbling. I now give you my top 10 favorite females in gaming. Let's do this. Now, I'm not all that familiar with the Metroid series, but I still know how awesome of a character Samus is. If you really think about it, she was the first female hero in gaming, period, so she absolutely had to make the list. She's one of those silent protagonists, but she pulls this off very well. But she proves the term silent but deadly. She may be quiet, but she can more than fend for herself. She has a super awesome power suit, can shoot missiles, and has taken on tons of aliens. Some small, some big, some really big. But she handles them all on her own, well, most of the time. And she doesn't really need any help, and that's probably what I respect about her the most. She gets the job done, and she does it with or without someone, and she doesn't give a crap. I just love it. Samus is awesome, and if I played Metroid more, she might even get higher. Probably not. Now here's a character from an underrated game. Anyone play Project Cross Zone? Most of us played it because it was the latest game with Mega Man X. Man, Capcom really needs to make a new Mega Man game. I'm getting off topic. But anyways, the main character in the game goes by the name of Mii. No, not that Mii, that Mii. This is definitely a different protagonist. She's a spoiled little lady who lives in a giant mansion and gets karate lessons? I don't know. From her mentor Kogoro. Soon enough, she gets mixed up in a giant adventure across multiple worlds from Mega Man X to Tales of Vesperia, to Sakura Wars, and the list goes on and 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 on, and you get the point. I like to think of her as a mix of Bayonetta and a certain other character you may or might not see later on the list. One, she's trying to figure out her powers. She slowly but surely learns how to control her powers and how they impact what exactly is going on. And she reminds me of Bayonetta because she has so many guns. Guns as heals, a staff as a gun, a sniper, pistols, and much more. And that makes for some incredibly badass hog moments for her. That's probably what I like most about her. She may be spoiled, but she can fend for herself, has a ton of guns, and has some legitimate development. She was a very good character, and it's sad that many people haven't experienced this game. Maybe one day, Mii. Maybe one day. Now, if there's one thing I don't like about the Sonic series, it's how they treat their females. Amy is a fangirl that can be extremely annoying, except for in the comics. Elise is one of the worst characters ever, and Rouge being a, well, you know. Blaze was just a breath of fresh air. Not only is she not a fangirl character, doesn't really fall for anyone, and is actually really fun to play as, but she's almost just as fast as Sonic, can really speedrun levels if you know what you're doing, has an interesting backstory, has a good voice actor, and is the only female character in the series that can go super. Blaze is a really interesting character, and is probably one of the coolest princesses ever. She isn't someone to be kidnapped and wait for her Prince Charming to come and save her. She fights for herself with her epic fire powers, and she will stop at nothing to get back her Soul Emeralds. Not only that, but she actually has some really good character development in Sonic Rush. She learns that being aggressive and working by yourself isn't always the way, learns to be a little more trustful, and even makes a few new friends. I don't expect stuff like that from a Sonic game, so the fact that she brought this twist to the Sonic story, she just has to make the list. Blaze, you are an awesome character. I only wish she was in more games, but hey, maybe someday. Right, Sega? Right? While she's not the main character of the series, she still manages to have the series be named after her. It's Princess Zelda. I love Zelda, I really do. Whether it's her awesome character in Smash Bros, her design as Sheik, whoops, spoilers, or Zelda just being Zelda, I just love her character. Sure, she's been kidnapped a couple times, but she still manages to have a ton of memorable moments and just being an awesome person. Like disguising herself as a ninja and hiding from the King of Darkness for 7 years, fighting in the final battle with the Hero of Time using magic, literally getting her body stolen and still living, disguising herself successfully again, and looking gorgeous doing it at the same time. Zelda's a really awesome character. Now, she can just be a piece of wood in certain games, but when she has a lot of character, she really has a lot of character. Especially her in Skyward Sword. She has a deeper connection with Link, has a ton of development, and it's just all so beautiful. Zelda, you are a staple in the female gaming characters community, and thankfully, it looks like she's gonna be here for a long time. And that's just fine with me. Mario games aren't that well known for its female characters. Princess Peach is just a damsel in distress that gets kidnapped all the dang time, and I don't even know if Birdo is a girl. But alas, there was an exception. Well, besides Princess Daisy, of course. Meet Rosalina. Now, Rosalina is sorry. She's, oh man, I'm sorry. She's just so freaking beautiful. I love the way she looks. She's a beautiful girl, and she's only a video game character on the Wii. It's not even HD. Well, except for this video, because I'm an overachiever. She acts as your guide in Super Mario Galaxy, and your super guide in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Not only does she just look incredible and was proven to be a great fighter in the new Smash Bros, but her backstory is the saddest thing I've ever experienced in a Mario game. That just makes her connection with the Lumas thicken and makes your love for her grow even more. I really love Rosalina. The best part is that Nintendo has been giving her a lot of more attention, like putting her in the new Smash, Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario 3D World. It looks like Rosalina is a new staple of the Mario series, and we wouldn't have it any other way. The Mega Man Zero series was really good when it came to characters, and Ciel was no exception. She invokes a sense of sadness whenever I see her, especially in Mega Man Zero 3's Help World with that beautiful but sad music that's playing right now. There I go, breaking the fourth wall again. She's been leading the Resistance Force for years now, just to find that one robot that can end the war once and for all and build a better future. She's lost her family, tons of her friends, and over the years, can't you just imagine how lonely she felt? And her connection that builds with Zero and how much more she cares about him as the series goes on, it's just beautiful. Now think about this, she's lost all of that over the years, and I wouldn't blame her if she was hungry for revenge. But even with all this, she still manages to maintain a positive attitude and moves on hoping for the best for her future. She was one of the driving forces that kept me playing all 4 games in the series. She was just that good of a character. I really wish that they would bring her back if they ever start making Mega Man games again. I just love her so much. Beautiful, powerful, funny, and even got to be a part of the new Smash Bros. It's Palutena. There are a ton of likable characters in Kid Icarus Uprising, and Palutena stands among the best of those characters. For someone whose job it is to protect the humans, she has a lot of fun doing it. She'll take every moment she can to poke fun at Pit, and in turn, makes her a very likable character. However, she may joke, but she's not a force to be reckoned with. She's extremely powerful and is a very formidable opponent. Heck, she wouldn't be in the new Smash Bros. If she wasn't. But she seriously has a weird connection to Pit. Do they like each other or not? She kissed him in the original. Have we all forgotten about that? I don't know. But she's just really fun character, and I love that about her. But at the same time, she's had some really sad moments. For one, in Kid Icarus Uprising, she was being possessed by the Chaos Kin, but still held against it for 3 years, waiting for Pit to be freed from his ring prison. Not only that, but when Pit nearly dies in the game, she's devastated. Besides Pit, she doesn't have any friends. Pit is literally the only person she has a good connection with, making his sacrifice all the more sad. But even with all this, she looks into the light, making Palutena a truly memorable character. When it comes to Tales of Vesperia, its line of female characters is pretty good. Rita had some fantastic character development. Judith's mysterious and super hot nature were all good, but in the end, it was no contest. Estelle is by far my favorite out of all of them. Estelle is actually a princess in the game, and was in the castle pretty much all of her life. She's never been outside the capital barrier, so when she meets Yuri, who pretty much lives in the outdoors, you know you're in for something special. She knows how to use a sword, but she isn't that combat ready and doesn't really want to fight anyone. But she still has a strong sense of justice and will stop at nothing to help someone in need. Also, she's extremely friendly and is always ready to be friends with someone. This makes the story a lot more heartwarming. She can finally go outside the castle and make new friends from around the world. You just feel really happy for her, and I just love the feeling. However, there's more than meets the eye with her. She actually can use healing powers whenever she wants because of her having powers from the Child of the Full Moon. However, when she heals someone, it damages the world, meaning that whenever someone's in trouble, if she wants to help them, she'll be destroying the world at the same time. Her reaction to this just gets me every time. Estelle is like the nicest person ever, and seeing her just so devastated is tragic. Her character development is also really good as she learns to control her powers and her learning how to make it in the outside world. And there's a lot more that happens with her, but I really don't want to spoil this game because more people need to play it. She was one of the reasons I love Tales of Vesperia so much, and I just love what they did to her. Estelle was a fantastic character. The World Ends With You is an extremely underrated game. I don't know if it's because of the different gameplay style or something else, but it's really a shame. Sadly, I'm gonna have to spoil quite a bit of it. One of the game's greatest aspects is its characters, and Shiki is one of my favorites. She's your first partner in the game, and I'm glad that she was. She's probably the coolest female character, in my opinion, in gaming. She wants to be as friendly as she can and always encourages Neko to move on and win the game. But that's not why she's on the list. The real reason is her backstory. In the footage you're watching right now, this is not what she actually looks like. This is. See, in the Reaper's game, you have to give something up in order to enter. She lost the way she looked, so instead it looks like her best friend Yuri. But the thing is, she hated the way she looked, and in turn was glad she looked different. In the real world, she always hated herself, and she always wanted to be Yuri, and you know, that really hits me, because I liked Shiki. She has a very fun personality, and was extremely cool. She fought with a stuffed animal. If that's not cool, I don't know what is. But with some encouraging words from Neko, she learns to like herself for who she is and becomes unashamed of how she looks. This was a very deep subject for the game to dive in, and it brings the characters to life, like Shiki. This makes her all the more likable and really made me care for her more than I should because, you know, she's a video game character. But Shiki means a lot to me, and especially Neko. She's his driving force through a lot of the game, and I kind of feel the same way about her too while I was playing it. The fact that a sprite can mean this much to me is just something to be proud of. Thank you for Shiki, Square Enix. No one can make characters quite like you. So then who can beat this? Like I said, no one can make characters quite like Square Enix. I think we all knew that a Kingdom Hearts character would make the list at some point. Well, you would be right. That Kingdom Hearts character would have to be Xion. Could I honestly put anyone else up here? Kairi was annoying in the first game, but to be fair, she became a lot better in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now when it made me nearly cry in the game, and Aqua is one of the most heroic characters in gaming I've ever seen. Without that going for the other characters, what does Xion do to stand out? Well, she has everything that makes a video game character memorable. She's absolutely beautiful, and her voice actor absolutely nails her role. But what truly makes her stand out is her story. See, Xion was the 14th member of Organization 13, irony at his best, ladies and gentlemen, and she was the quietest thing ever. She never spoke, kinda like Roxas, but Roxas tries his best to get to know her, and in due time, her, Roxas, and Axel become best friends. All seems well until Xion finds out who she really is. At the time period of this game, Sora is still asleep in Castle Oblivion, with his memories still being rewritten. Xion is actually Sora's memories in human form. I think because of Sora's connection to Kairi, she looks a little like her, so Xion wants to do the right thing and give Sora his memories back. However, Axel and Roxas won't have that because they like her too much. This shows how beautiful their connection is. That makes me like her even more. They're nobodies, which means they don't have a heart, yet they have so much emotion when they're around her that it warms my heart. But it gets even better. Xion finds out that if she kills Roxas, Sora's nobody, she can live her own life. So we have one of the most tragic bosses ever, Xion versus Roxas. The fact that I don't want to fight her and I care for her just shows that you made an awesome character. And the scene when you win, oh my gosh, this scene. You literally killed one of your only friends. And the thing is, not only does she die, but once she does, no one will ever remember her, ever again. This took me completely by surprise. Kingdom Hearts does not seem like it would do something like this, and that makes her all the better. The fact that Roxas had such a deep connection, and then he's gonna forget all about her just like that, is just terrible. Gamers around the world cried on this part, and not many characters can do that. Xion has everything. A good personality, a good sense of justice, has the character that can make people cry, and has an amazing story. Xion might not ever be remembered by the Kingdom Hearts characters, but you will always be remembered by gamers from around the world.